more method is there of creating the or of internalizing the DNA in the cells. That is called as lipofection. Transfection performed with the help of liposome molecules. That is lipofection or liposome transfection is a technique used to inject genetic material into a cell by means of the small molecules, nanoparticle molecules, liposomes, which are vesicles that can easily merge with the cell membrane since they are both made of phospholipid layers. The vesicle fuses with the cell membrane. It is the similar procedure like the two spots of oil when they are dropped on the top of water, they get fused and the contents of the vesicle and the cell are combined. Introduction of foreign material into eukaryotic cells typically involves opening of transient pores or holes in the cell membrane to allow uptake of material. Lipofection uses cationic liposomes that forms a complex with DNA. DNA is not encapsulated in these liposomes, but it is bound to the outside of these liposomes. The other molecules that are used are dendrimers. They are highly branched molecules that form a complex with DNA. Once DNA has formed a complex with these molecules, endocytosis allows the complex to enter the cells. Then the other method of introduction of DNA, that is transfection of DNA into the cells, is nucleofection. This transfects DNA directly into the nucleus without any requirement of dividing cells or viral vectors. It uses a combination of electrical parameters and cell type specific reagents. It provides the ability to transfect even non-dividing cells such as neurons or resting blood cells. Then, transfection mechanisms that are used for yeasts and fungi. Yeasts and fungi can be transformed with different methods. First is two-hybrid system protocol. This two-hybrid system protocol involves the use of two different plasmids in a single yeast cell. One plasmid contains a cloned gene or DNA sequence of interest, while the other plasmid contains a library of genomic or complementary DNA, cDNA. Then, frozen yeast protocol. Frozen yeast cells that are competent for transformation after they are thawed. Then one more method is there, that is gene gun transformation. In case of fungi, gold or tungsten nanoparticles can be shot at fungal cells which are grown on potato dextrose medium, transforming them. Then one more method is there, that is protoplast transformation. Fungal spores can be turned into protoplasts which can then be soaked in DNA solution and transformed. In plants, number of transfection mechanisms are available to transfer DNA into the plant cells. These include use of Agrobacterium, which is a genus of gram-negative bacteria that can be used for infecting the plant cells and thus transforming the gene of interest into the plant cells. In plants, Agrobacterium mediated transformation is the easiest and most simple plant transformation method. Plant tissues like leaves are cut into small pieces of around 10 by 10 millimeters and they are soaked for 10 minutes in a fluid containing the suspension of Agrobacterium in which the desired DNA is inserted. Some cells along with the cut will be transformed by the bacterium that inserts its DNA into the cell, placed on a selectable rooting or shooting media, and plants will regrow. Some plant species can be transformed just by dipping the flowers into suspension of Agrobacteria and then planting the seeds on a selective medium. Electroporation is also one of the methods that is used in plant cell transformation using electricity that allows DNA to enter the cells. Viral transformation is one more method where the DNA package or genetic material package can be inserted into the suitable plant by first inserting it into the virus and then infecting the cells with this transformed virus or virus vector. Genomes of most plant viruses consist of single-stranded RNA, which replicates in the cytoplasm of infected cell. So this method is little bit questionable. Plant cells can be transformed by particle bombardment method with the help of gene gun, where the small gold or tungsten particles can be coated with DNA and then it is shot into the young plant cells or plant embryos. Some genetic material will stay in the cell and transform them. The method also allows transformation of plant plastids. The transformation efficiency is lower in agrobacterial mediated transformation, but most plants can be transformed with this method. One more method is there, that is biolistic particle delivery in case of plants. It uses compressed gas to deliver DNA coated with heavy metal particles, and it is able to transform almost any type of cells. Mostly, though used for plant cells, can inject dyes, plastids, vaccines and other substances. It is more suited in tissues than small cells or cultures, as the high velocity particles have a higher chance of rupturing the cells. Gene gun can also be used in case of animals and humans. They have also been used to deliver DNA vaccines in experimental animals. Theoretically, it may be used in humans as well and animals. The delivery of plasmids into rat neurons through the use of gene gun is also used as a pharmacological precursor in studying the effect of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. In edible vaccine production technique, where the nanogold particles coated with plant gene under the high vacuum pressurized chambers is transformed into suitable plant tissues. How to calculate the transformation efficiency? After transformation, how much cells have been transformed, that is necessary to be counted, and that can be done by using the formula that is as follows, like number of colonies on the plate per nanogram of DNA plated into 1000 nanogram per microgram. What are the factors that are affecting transformation efficiency? Actually, DNA concentration is the most important factor that affects the transformation efficiency, followed by forms of DNA, those we are using, whether it is a linear, whether it is a single-stranded DNA, because single-stranded DNA transforms less than 1% as efficiently as supercoiled DNA. Then the purity of DNA is very important. DNA can be contaminated with salts. Also, enzymes like ligases can interfere with transformation of DNA. So, you have to inactivate such enzymes and contaminants before transformation. We can use heat inactivation for the enzymes. We can use column chromatography for purifying DNA. We can perform freeze thawing of cells, because cells that are frozen will lose the activity and typically if they are not thawed will not allow the transfection. In animals, transfection mechanisms can be performed with directly in animal cells. It can be used with microinjections, where use of a thin needle and is applied and the DNA is injected directly in the core of embryonic cells. This method is generally used in embryo transfer technology. Viral transformation method can also be used in the cells of higher animals for transformation, where the packaged genetic material into a virus initially and then infect the cells with that virus so that the target host cells can take up the gene that is present in the infecting viruses. In microinjection, we can use only a single cell at a time. That is, only single cell can be transformed at a time. So it is applied in embryo transfer technology. It requires a very high precision, time, and it is very laborious. DNA is inserted directly into the nucleus, so a higher success rate is there. For this method, initially cellular preparation, that is the cell to be transformed, is to be carried out by plating the cells on a glass cover slip. For a good injection, 60 to 80% cell confluence at a day of injection is required. So the cells are initially cultivated in tissue culture on a cover slip. On the day of the experiment, these cover slips are transferred in a 6 centimeter diameter plate with 5 ml of medium, growth medium, cell culture medium per plate. DNA is also to be prepared, that is to be injected by diluting the DNA in double distilled water to a final concentration of 20 to 150 nanogram per microliter. It is centrifuged for 15 minutes at 13,000 rpm for giving the washings, and then the supernatant is transferred in a new clean Eppendorf tube. We can mix different DNAs, but the final concentration has to be 150 nanograms per microliter of the total mixture. Alternatively, immunoglobulin G can be mixed, IgGs can be mixed to the DNA in order to use them as microinjection efficiency marker. Then the sample cells or target cells are injected directly into the nucleus through the nuclear membrane. So that is about the transformation and transfection of the cells